Okay, we're all set. Well, good evening, everybody, and thank you for coming to the August 22nd, 2016 BOS meeting. Would you all please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So I want to let you know that Tom is home from the hospital. I don't know where he's at. I just heard that tonight. Also, I wanted to, if those who have not met, Heather Thibodeau is our new town administrator. Okay, next, moving right along here. Next on the agenda, Chief.
So I asked you guys for a spot on the agenda tonight to honor an employee who's been with us for 15 years now. Noreen and I started 8 months apart. We started in the little closet that was the old police department. We both got to breathe in all the fumes and of the ambulance and everything else. And then we were lucky enough to move up to the new building. We've been lucky enough to keep advancing, and everybody that's been here, we've been here with all of them. We've been here with all of the people that have come and left before us as well. So, all right.
I remember that little tiny building you guys were in.
I wouldn't call it a building, I'd call it a closet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Noreen.
Thank you. I just want to thank all my guys because they don't get a lot of time off, so.
And girls.
And girls.
One of mine has a birthday today, Carrie. And I'm sure she had better things to do.
I just do.
But,
Hold the flag straight up
oh,
and smile.
thank you. I don't like surprises.
You got your phone on?
Thank you.
You handle it well.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, next on the agenda, John Catlett.
Yeah, my name is John Keller. I'm here to get the results of the letter that was sent to you gentlemen by the town of Middleton. And I put a letter together that I want to respond to the town of Middleton with your approval. I have Andy on you as liaison, so you guys could decide to let him go. That's the letter that comes from Middleton on a request to fulfill their RSA 289 law, which means every town has to have a burial ground within the boundaries, cemetery, and they don't have one, just like the town of Milton doesn't. And we're using a lease agreement, as you all know, with the Milton Mills Cemetery to cover that law. So you can see the letter that was sent to you gentlemen, the first page, and you turned it to me. And I put a return letter together back to them on the next page, and that's what I'd like to have you, maybe Mike, if you'd read that.
The second page, John?
Yeah, the second page.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So, to the town of Middleton, Middleton Cemetery Contact Request. Dear Board of Selectmen, Cemetery Trustees, Milton does not own a public cemetery. In 2008, the cemetery trustees and the Milton Mills Cemetery Association worked out a contract agreement stating, the Milton Mills Cemetery Association agrees to provide burial sites for all Milton residents upon request at then current rates in order to help the town of Milton carry out its responsibilities to maintain a public cemetery under RSA 289. Milton Mills Cemetery Association agrees to provide the town of Milton with an option to bury contract at the cost of $1 annually to guarantee that right. Each party shall have the right to terminate the agreement at the year's end. The parties agree that the Milton Mills Cemetery will be the official town cemetery under the terms of RSA 289 for the contract year. That being said, the Milton the Milton Cemetery trustees are finalizing a transfer of ownership of the Milton Mills Cemetery to be Milton Town-owned cemetery effective 1/2017. We would like to review your request after this date. Sincerely, John Catwick, Cemetery Trustee Chair, Andy Rawson, BOS Cemetery Liaison, the Town of Milton.
Okay, does everybody understand what that means? Okay, so I'm looking for an approval from the board to sign, and I'll sign, and we'll send this letter back to the town of Middleton.
I'll make a motion, so stated as this letter.
Okay, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the next page, I'll sign that, but the next page gives you a general idea that they invited me to a meeting August 11th, 2016 at the Wakefield Town Hall in Somerville. And there's the same discussion on there, and I read the same thing, that lease agreement we have with our town, the Milton Mills Cemetery, and explained to them that we probably couldn't, do anything like that now. But it is interesting for everybody to see that Wakefield come up with a cost of a $5,000 a year lease agreement with them, which is quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
If there's no questions, I'll sign that.
Please. Yeah, it's right here, John.
You can have them both these. Sign this one, Andy.
Okay.
I'll make sure you get a copy.
Mm-hmm. We're moving in the right direction here.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Good
John.
job, John. See, John, we also have a general fund reimbursement.
No problem, Noreen. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for all you've done.
Thank you, everybody. Wait, was it something I said?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I know, huh? It happens all the time.
I just learned that about 100 times. Posted up and put on, they had it. Thank you guys for the ball.
Okay, John, we're up against, we get a motion to reimburse the general fund in the amount of $6,847.50 from the Milton Cemetery Capital Reserve Fund.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
It's got to, I think,
Then we need another motion after that, correct?
okay. Yeah, because you need to pay it out of the general fund, as you all know,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're reimbursed from the capital reserve fund.
Right. So the first motion is to reimburse the general fund in the amount of $6,847.50 from the Milton Cemetery Capital Reserve Fund.
I'll second it.
In favor? All right.
You got a copy of the invoice, I think, right there.
Yeah.
On that invoice, I'm sure you noticed that the date is 6/30/2016. I'm sure you noticed the net due on receipt 2% after 30 days. Maybe if we could expedite that, please.
Yeah, when does the treasurer come in?
Pam will be in tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
You think we can make something like this happen?
You let Kim,
We'll talk with Kim in the morning,
Yep.
and I will let you know exactly just how quickly we can do this, because... All right, and I will talk to Pam also, okay?
Okay.
All right?
Thank you. Yeah,
and
'cause if we,
I can stop by in the if you leave it in the folder in there, you can
Okay.
stop by and sign
I will
that.
call you and let you know.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, John?
So you
Yeah,
want to
that's,
keep a copy of this?
If you don't have the information, the backup history on approval on this release of staff for the last 3 years
Mm-hmm.
is available, and I'm sure you gentlemen have it. Everything from the Board of Selectmen's approval right down through the Milton Cemetery Association approval
Mm-hmm.
and the Milton Cemetery Trustees approval. It's all in one package.
You have it right there?
This is my copy. That's
Can I
all.
take a copy of
You
it?
absolutely
And that
can.
way we won't have any issues like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she can have this one, John, if you,
This is,
You got
I
the
think
meeting
his is more
minutes and all the
detailed.
yeah, this
approvals?
is the backup though.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's got the back.
That's the whole package.
I'll be
Alright.
right back.
sounds good.
Thanks, John. Well, we can move on while Kathy's making those copies. So the next on the agenda is I wanted to inform not only the audience here tonight, but the audience on video, that on September 9th, the town hall will be closing at 12 o'clock noon. It's going to be closing at that time for Employee Appreciation Day. And I want to make it perfectly clear that this is sponsored and paid for by the department heads. I believe anybody is, people are invited to this too, isn't Michelle? I don't know, I'll find out.
No?
What do we do?
It's for the
No.
employees. It's for the employees.
Yeah, it's for the employee, just the employees, yeah.
Yes.
Any questions on that? Okay, old business.
Thank you. I'll leave the whole.
Last week, at the last Board of Selectmen's meeting, the 60 Church Street in Milton Mills, there's a trailer over there that is become quite the subject. My response to that this week, it's time sensitive. There's a lot of people that are very upset about this trailer, but I'm going to submit this as it has a schedule. So by the end of the year, it's going to be down. And Brian is overseeing this. He is going to have to extend the permit because it runs out in August to meet the December deadline. They expect maybe November, but till December, they'll have their time frame to take this down, to finish it.
And I have rode by it and it's moving. The roof's all off of it. So, you know.
So we're moving forward on it.
Mhm.
That's what it comes down to.
So I took a ride by too, and they were working on it during the week one day.
Okay.
People were loading stuff out of it, so I thought there was progress in the works.
Okay, good. Good.
Great, thank you. Okay, now we're down to the approval of the minutes. Okay, have you read them, Andy?
Mm-hmm.
Any changes? Or? I only have one that we'll be able to approve tonight till it's written up again on the public special meeting minutes. It was not mentioned that we came out of non-public,
You're talking.
but I remember we did.
Which
What date?
date?
The July 20th.
Okay.
So I think we'll hold this off to the next
Okay.
selectmen's meeting.
Yep.
You want this other? I wrote it in there where it should have been.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, next is the August 8th, 2016 meeting minutes. And I've read them. I have, I think they're all there. They're as accurate as they can be. So I'll make a motion to approve the Monday, August 8th, 2016 meeting minutes as written.
I'll second it.
In favor?
Aye.
We can use this one, no, this is the one that needs to be, you can have this one too, Heather. That's the July 20th, the ones to sign, that'll be updated.
I'm gonna put it on with this one after anyways. Mhm.
Thank you.
And then the last, C, the August 8th, 2016 non-public meeting minutes. I make a motion to approve them as written and as previously sealed.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next is the expenditure report. The last time I looked at it, we were in pretty good shape. Heather's just jumped into this pretty quickly. It's had 4 days of saddle time here, so not sure that she's had enough time to kind of go over it, get herself familiar with the expenditure report. But I remember that at the last meeting, we were in pretty good shape. I don't think anything's changed
Mhm.
in that small amount of time. Next, we have the administrator's comments.
Well, I just want to say thank you. Everybody's been very warm and welcoming. A lot of people have come in to say hello. I've had the opportunity to go out and talk to some of the department heads, meet some people at their place of work. I have an opportunity to go out and do a ride along with the chief later on this week, meet with the department head, the DPW director later on this week, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting to know the people that make Milton special. So thank you, and thank you for the select board. But I also really need to say thank you to Kathy, because she's made everything kind of flow. And when I've said, help, I don't know where this is, she's gone out of her way to find everything, whether it's paper clips, sleeves for folders, anything. So thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
She's also aided me in these last 6 months. You know, if you could please, and seriously mean this, Kathy.
Thank you.
And finally, the ladies at lunch have been very warm and welcoming and kind of caught me up on everything that goes on in town. So it's been very informative.
Okay, is that it, Heather?
That's all I have so far, but you'll
Okay.
find that I have a lot more comments as we go along.
Okay, great, thank you. So now we have selectmen's comments. Andy?
Okay. Thanks, everybody, for coming tonight. I'm gonna need a couple of motions. This is exciting news that was brought forward to me tonight from the rec director. I'll need a motion on this, Mike, or I'll make this motion.
Yep.
So I'll make a motion to accept a gift of $1,800 from Index Packaging. This is a huge gift. This is not only from the Index Packaging, but it's from their employees. And it's for a piece of toddler equipment for the playground. And, you know, this is really what makes Milton special, is when, you know, a place of employment can pull together $1,800, you know, from not only from the owner but from their employees, and give it to the town of Milton for the playground is huge. And this is what we need in Milton, is this type of atmosphere. And so I'll need a motion. I'll need a second on
I'll
that.
second that motion. All in favor?
Aye. My next is also good news. I got good news tonight. I want to make a motion to accept a $500 gift from John Lott Jr. family to go towards the dedication of the new playground this coming Sunday. John Lott has donated not only this $500, but he's also donated 2 awesome picnic benches down at the playground with they have, the umbrellas over them. They weren't cheap, and he donated them, and it's just, these people make a difference here in Milton, and I can't thank them enough. So if I could
Motion.
have that motion.
A second,
Thank you, and
all in favor?
aye.
Okay.
So my next donation, I'll make a motion to accept this $100 donation from Robert Ferris Sr. And he is donating this $100 to put towards the employees' picnic cookout that Mike mentioned. And Robert, a lot of people know, of course, Robert Ferris. And for those who don't, he's worked for the town of Milton in the past, and he works the elections. And he's donated $100 for the employees, and that's huge, and I appreciate it, and I want to thank him. And I'm sure the employees will do the same.
Absolutely.
So that's my motion.
I'll second it. In
And
favor?
aye. So moving forward, we do have this Sunday the dedication to the James T. Culverhouse Playground celebration, and from 12 to 12:45, it's a cookout for the playground build. The people who participated on building the playground. And then for anybody else that wants to join, from 1 to 1:30, we're going to have a ribbon cutting and a playground blessing. And that's this Sunday
At what time, Andy?
at 12 o'clock it starts. So that's...
Outstanding. That's a lot of great news.
Yeah, no, I
Outstanding.
bring the good news.
Yeah.
And the last thing I have is just soccer sign-ups. If anybody's interested in soccer sign-ups for their children, it's this Saturday at 9 a.m. at the town beach field. So usually it's a good turnout. The soccer program is pretty big here in the town of Milton. So that's this. What did I say? Sunday, just to make sure. Saturday. So, and I think that's really all I have this week.
Okay, Andy, thank you. I haven't had any other meetings come up, so I can't report on right now. Possibly, more than likely at the next meeting, I'll have 3 more boards that or committees that I'll report on. The fire department, everybody's driven by that. That place is huge. I think they said this week they should have it shingled and start to work on the outside siding. That's about it with that. And I haven't set a date for the forum yet. I'll probably announce that for the next meeting as well, because it's for next month anyway. So we can move right along. Public comments. John?
My name is John Coward. I guess I'll start with the good news to follow up where Andy left off. And I'd like to read it to you. It's something that's just happened. Milton Townhouse awarded the Moose Plate grant. I put a write-up together that's going to win Foster's, and I'd like to read you what my write-up is, which covers the letter they sent to me as well as my letter. Milton Townhouse continues keeping Milton on the map. I think we all know that. The Townhouse Restoration Committee is proud to share great news for Milton. On August 17th, 2016, we received a notice from New Hampshire Division of Historical Resources Moose Plate Grant Program to inform us that the Conservation License Plate Grant application for the Milton Townhouse has been selected to receive a grant award of $7,500. This $7,500 is not matching funds. We get the whole $7,500 under the Moose Plate grant. The comment stated, the Moose Plate Committee. The comment stated, congratulations on your award. As always, the Moose Plate Grant Program was popular, and this project was very favorably reviewed by our committee. This is the 5th time this townhouse restoration has been awarded a grant. The committee has received 4 grants from New Hampshire Land and Community Heritage Investment Program, LCHIP, totaling $24,860. And now with a great news from the Moose Plate Grant Program with an award of $7,500, which makes a total grant award for that townhouse of $32,360. That's a huge number for that building. The LCHIP amount, $24,860, was matched by 50% from the hard work of the Townhouse Committee with yard bake sales every year, car shows, suppers, and donations from our great people that have supported this restoration. The Townhouse Committee is highly recognized by all for a project this big, not using any tax revenue. We, the Townhouse Committee members, are extremely proud to say this is a great asset now for the town of Milton, and are excited that we have had the opportunity to start using this building for public functions. That's good news for the town.
It
Outstanding.
is. Thank you, John.
The next item I have, the last meeting, August 8, 2016, Board of Selectmen meeting, I did a complete transaction review for the ownership of the Milton Mills Cemetery to the Board of Selectmen and the public. I've moved forward with this. There is a meeting for the planning board, 6:30, September 6th, that Tom will be attending, or Andy, I guess, if he doesn't come back. And Mike's going to attend the one at the Conservation Committee, September 12th, also at 6:30. I want to mention that I will be attending both these meetings, and I'll do a complete presentation on the total history of the Milton Mills Cemetery from the day it started to today, and let everybody in the public, I hope, comes to be aware of exactly what's going on with this, and explain to the public that this transaction is not going to be any impact on taxes whatsoever, and that's important.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's any questions on either one of these, we willing to answer them.
I just want to thank you, John, for the Moose Plate grant. You know, this is the type of you know, things we need to be going on here in Milton. This is, you know, it's huge, and I just can't thank you enough for all the work you've done up
Thank you.
there.
As you know, I've volunteered, and I've stated that I will, and I am working on. It's going to take me probably another month or so that I'm going to put up displays in this town hall.
Mm-hmm.
If everything that's good that's happened to this town in the last 2 years, then I think everybody's going to be impressed in seeing what's really going on in this town in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's been outstanding. I don't have any more. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Bruce?
Yes, Bruce Woodruff, I'm your consultant, town planner. I also will be at the September 6th planning board meeting, but my role there will be just to help assist the planning board in knowing what their responsibilities are with regard to their recommendation on the transfer of the cemetery. But the real reason I wanted to talk was really so that the public would know that also on that same planning board day, September 6th, Tuesday at 6:30, there's going to be a public hearing to hear from citizens about the planning board's capital improvement program report that you've probably seen. As you know, the state statutes say that the planning board is the only entity that can do the CIP, and what the CIP is simply a recommendation for spending on capital projects in the upcoming capital year, and then there's 5 planning years beyond that. The 5 planning years are just that. It's a plan that can change. The planning board does not have the authority to approve the spending on capital projects. They don't have the authority to make a warrant on spending, on where the money comes from, that is under the sole authority of both the Board of Selectmen and the Budget Committee. So this is a recommendation report, and that's the only thing that they do. They've worked from March until August on this, and so really we'd like to see as many people come out as possible to take a look at it. It's here in Town Hall. I don't know if it's on the town website yet.
I think Dana's put it out there, but I'll double check.
Okay,
I'm
thank
sure
you.
she has. She's
And it may
excellent.
be there on the town website for people to take a look at. There is kind of an executive summary of one page that I think would be very quick for people to read and understand what it is that the planning board is recommending for capital projects in the upcoming capital year of 2017, and then the 5 ensuing planning years to the board.
Can you repeat the date again?
September 6th, Tuesday, 6:30. Lots of stuff going on at the planning board that night.
So we should have that posted in actually 2 different places. We have it posted in the front door too.
Yeah, it had to go to the paper too as well.
Yeah, it's public
Yeah.
notice.
Outstanding. Anybody else? Larry Brown?
Yeah, Larry Brown. I'm reporting in on a memo I have for the board itself, written by me as chair of the library trustees, and I thought it would be useful to not bring the board up to speed, but just to review stuff. And basically, we have retention of library staff, we have continuation of library services, and we have more careful distinctions between town and library funds as they relate to the LCHIP grant process. And I also want to mention one thing regarding the 91A meeting process, that under Section 2A, an employee has certain rights to non-public meetings. If you read down to item C, that famous phrase, "The large print giveth, the small print taketh away," members of a public body do not have the rights of employees. And even though a process may be adverse to their interests, it is a public review. That the memo is short. I will, for the benefit of the electronic attendees, I will read it, and it goes, 1, the new library checking account signature cards are being processed by Citizens Bank, Rochester branch. Sue's signatures will be required when that process is completed. 2, Milton Free Public Library check number 1186 in the amount of $8,010 payable to the town of Milton will be double signed by the 2 trustees and hand delivered to the town office. Check number 1186 is a dollar-for-dollar process transfer of the LCHIP grant check, nominal $623.16, deposited in the library checking account $627.16. The checkbook itself will go to the padlocked file cabinet in the librarian's office. 3, as discussed, town financial records cover payroll and other operating expenses. Library minutes from 2009 to date are on file at, quote, our regular place of business, and may be obtained at the circulation desk. These minutes are also forwarded regularly to the town clerk. Other records are handled by their controlling statute and are available at our regular place of business. Last point, 4, for the near future, we expect the business and the agenda of the trustees to be simple. We have an effective quorum for budget season, for the present LCHIP grant, and for the library's work. And I have the copies here. When we have the signature cards, all processed by Citizens Bank. I will be hand delivering that process check to Kim, and she will have her own copy of the memo.
Thank you, Larry Brown.
Betsy, do you have anything to add to the library? Anything, any updates, anything coming up?
We have a grant as well that I will be working with the elementary school, and it will bring $2,000 worth of children's books to our library, $500 worth of books to the Milton Elementary School library, and it will bring a storyteller to the elementary school and a different storyteller to the local preschool, and at that time preschool children will also be given their own books. And I'm very excited about that. This is the CLIF grant, Children's Literacy Fund out of Vermont, and we are one of 6 New Hampshire libraries this year. They target specifically rural communities.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, hopefully we can,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you, Betsy. Hey, Ryan, you have your hand up?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, you guys are reading go first.
Last Sunday, we had the coffee with Selectman Bronson.
Yep.
I thought it went well. I made a suggestion to him, and he said, come to the Board of Selectmen. I thought maybe the planning board, we said Board of Selectmen, and present the idea. So here I am. With the movement of the development of Exit 17 starting to move forward, I would like to see Elm Street designated as a no truck zone. My reasoning is, right now, we have big cab tractors with 40, 45, and 48 foot trailers coming up and down the length of Elm Street from 75 down to Dawson.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty certain, as a truck driver myself, that once you put the gas station / diesel fuel pumps into Exit 17, there are going to be a lot of knuckleheads with full-size tractor trailers, 53-foot trailers, coming up that same.
So do you think it'd be a large increase of,
I honestly do, because a lot of guys, they don't have any brains. They run out of GPS. I know for certain. A lot of
Yeah.
guys coming up.
every time I use mine, it brings me right to,
Yes.
to,
So
Elm
I'd
Street.
like to recommend that either the planning board, board of selectmen, whoever it is has this authority, to designate Elm Street the full length, a north-through truck zone, local delivery zone. Because right now, we have, like I said, 40, 45, and 48 things.
I'd like to have a chance to review this with Chief Kraus.
Yeah, I mean, we'll move forward with it. I
Okay.
mean, it's a great idea, and I think safety-wise with a school and.
So your liaison, you want to talk to Richard about that?
Sure,
Okay.
sure, I'll ask him.
You know, make it clearly marked on each side,
Mhm.
no questions asked. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you, Dennis. Ryan?
Ryan Devo, 272 White Mountain Highway. Unfortunately, I'm here again for the same issue because I still have not received a response from the town or code enforcement about the retaining wall that's behind Three Pond Auto that has come down several times in the past already. And as I've mentioned in previous meetings, I don't believe it's the code. Emails have been sent. I've met with Brian, I met with Mike, and I still have not received anything. I have not received the town's position on this issue.
So, here we are. I did walk the property with Ryan, and I brought the information back to the town office. I've spoken with Brian, and unfortunately, Ryan, I think I've been advised you had lightly tethered around the idea if you weren't going to get a response to talk to your lawyer, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so I've been advised by legal counsel to have your attorney contact the town
I
attorney.
need something in writing from the town on their position before I'm gonna
Okay,
hire
I'll
a lawyer
Sure.
to take care of the issue, because until I have the town position, I don't have anything. I have not received an answer on the response of the town.
Yeah.
It's a safety concern, regardless of any boundary issues, as I've mentioned before, it's a safety concern. And I've talked to several contractors that have been in the business for years, and they all just shake their heads when they look at it and can't believe that I'm getting as much pushback and just lack of an answer for something that's very dangerous to the community. I mean, all you do is have to stand there and look at it, and last time it came down, it crushed a Ford Ranger. I mean, if somebody was in that truck, somebody would have seriously been hurt. The wall's higher than the building. I think it's very sad that I'm gonna have to hire a lawyer to have this issue taken care of. I mean, why does the town of Milton have a code enforcement department if they're not gonna be concerned about the safety of the community? I think it's pretty sad.
All right, thank you, Ryan. I'll make sure you get that letter in writing from the town, okay?
You know, with the position of
Yes.
the town does not care about the wall, basically what you're saying.
I'll have it written up.
Okay. So can I mean, that section in the code book that I mentioned, the town doesn't feel that they need to enforce that?
I'll tell you, I will have a letter for you in response to your request, okay?
Okay. Sorry, just one more thing. When do you think I will have the letter by?
I'm thinking today's Monday. Let's say no later than Thursday.
Okay.
Is that all right? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Ryan. Anybody else? Any other business? Not hearing any. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will second it.
You make the motion to adjourn. I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.